Hi everybody, myself Dr. K.S. Raghuram, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Vijnan's Institute of Information Technology Autonomous, Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, India. I am handling the course of Automobile Engineering for 4th BTech first semester program. In the program of Automobile Engineering course, I am handling the topic of turbocharging and supercharging of automobile. So, automobile uses IC engine, internal combustion engine, which covers 4 strokes: inlet stroke, compression stroke, power stroke and exhaust stroke. So, after the exhaust stroke, the exhaust gases are sent out to the atmosphere as a waste. So, here the turbocharger make use of this exhaust gases, right. Exhaust gases still have some energy with them, heat energy with them. So, this is a additional feature connected to the automobiles to get more output and more efficiency, overall efficiency to the automobile engine. So, the turbine, for that purpose the turbocharger and supercharger are used for the automobile vehicle. Right. Let me give the brief introduction about the turbocharging. It is a device fitted to the vehicle that is designed to improve the overall efficiency. So, as I told you, the main function of the turbocharger is to increase the overall efficiency, and increase the performance. These two are very, very important to the engine in the concept of effectiveness and economical aspects. So, every customer using the automobile needs for more efficiency and more performance. That is why the turbocharger performs these two operations, which are very necessary for every automobile, right. So, how does it work? The turbocharger consists of 2 halves which are mounted on a single shaft. Let me explain you with the help of the figure here. Right. This is the schematic of the turbocharger. It consists of 2 halves, right half and left half. Let us say this is the right half, and this one is the left half. Right. Both are having turbines fixed inside them, right. You had already studied in your fluid mechanics about the construction working of turbines, right. But there you had studied about hydraulic turbines. Here we are having mechanical turbine, in which case both the turbines pulls the high pressurized air and compresses them to very high pressure and does as a work input, right. Here, as I told you, the automobile is having engine is like this, right. Right. This is the inlet port and this is the exhaust port. right. the inlet port and exhaust port. So, from the exhaust port, as I told you, the automobile performs 4 operations. First one is inlet stroke, second one is compression stroke, third one is power stroke. Power stroke is also called as expansion stroke. And the fourth one is exhaust stroke. The efficiency or performance of the engine can be enhanced if we concentrate on the two things, that is the exhaust stroke and inlet stroke, right. So, the center two strokes we cannot do anything, right. So, if we can make utilization of the power which is escaped into the atmosphere as a working input, that means the waste gases into work input, we can make the efficiency of the engine still more. Similarly, if we increase the inlet air or fuel entering into the combustion chamber, that also helps to improve the efficiency of the engine and performance of the engine. So, these two strokes are to be controlled to give the engine an effective, efficient and overall performance in a higher level. So, these are to be enhanced, improved to get the more advantages as well as the more output, so that the customer gets more benefit for the amount he paid on the vehicle. That means, he will get more efficiency and also he will have less maintenance of the automobile vehicle, right. So, as a result, the exhaust gases which are coming from the exhaust port are connected to the right half of the shaft with the help of a piping like this. As I told you, the exhaust gases normally they are exposed to atmosphere, right, in the form of dark fog, dark smoke containing so many gases. That is another story, right. Here the exhaust gases which are at very higher temperature and having very high pressure and temperature also is fed to the one of the ports of this turbocharger. Here the turbocharger is having a turbine wheel, right. The turbine wheel will be like this. This is a turbine wheel like this. They are having curved blades evenly distributed around the shaft, right. So, these curved blades, these are the blades of the turbine, right. So, as the hot air from the engine enters the right half, right, it sucks the hot air from the cylinder's exhaust. So, this suction continues for some time, so that the pressure inside it will become more. See, we are having the Boyle's law which gives as PV is equal to constant. This is Boyle's law. This you have studied in your thermodynamics class, laws of thermodynamics. In that Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro's law, like that all you have studied. Here the concept of Boyle's law applies here. What is Boyle's law? The pressure of the gas is inversely proportional to volume, right. So, if the volume is more, the pressure of the gas occupied in that volume is less. Similarly, if if the volume is less, right, the amount of pressure inside the volume is more, right. That means if V increases, P decreases, right. Reversely, if V decreases, V is small, pressure will be more. This is Avogadro's law, right. Now, the engine's exhaust gas, which is having energy and power to some extent, enters the right half port of this turbocharger. The turbocharger accepts and receives this hot air and compresses it, because the volume is same. It continuously takes the gas, exhaust gas. So its pressure increases. Pressure in the chamber increases, and as the pressure increases, temperature also increases. Why? Previously I told pressure increases, volume decreases. That is Avogadro's law, right? This is that is Boyle's law. And here this is Charles' law. Pressure increases, temperature also increases. P directly proportional to temperature when volume is kept constant. Here the volume of the chamber is constant. Volume of the chamber is constant, same. It will not expand or it will not contract. But into the same volume, this pressure goes on, the temperature goes on entering into the volume. So the continuous entry of the temperature raises its pressure, right. As a result, both pressure and temperature in the right half increases, right. So that excess heat in that one is released out, and air at cooled temperature enters the right half here. This is the right half, as I told you earlier. This is the left half of the turbocharger. Cold air enters the left half of the turbocharger. As a result, what happens? The pressure is same, but its temperature is low, right. This low temperature air, or cool air you can say, cool air enters the inlet of the engine. Let us see how it is. So this is the actual working going on inside the turbocharger. Once again, how the turbocharger is built up and what is the working of the turbocharger. Let me give the brief once again, right. The engine is there here. The engine is developing power. The engine, this is the exhaust port and this is the inlet port, right. From the exhaust port, it is connected to the right half section in which it is having turbines fixed, right. So the turbines with the rotation, they suck the air coming from the exhaust port of the engine, right, and the volume of the right half is fixed. So the continuous entry of the air increases the pressure inside it, right. So after it completely fixed with the designed value of pressure, right, the pressure temperature is start. Now let us discuss about the 3D animation of the turbocharger. As I told you, it consists of two halves which are mounted on the same this one. shaft. Coming to the working of the turbocharger, it consists of two halves, right? The two halves are having two propellers. See here from the top you are seeing the propeller. Now the turbos are used for these heavy vehicles like this, sea vehicles, air vehicles. So this will go with very high speed, and this is the construction of the turbo. The engine is having 4 strokes like this: intake stroke, where the power is taken, compression stroke, power is pressed, power stroke, power is given, and exhaust stroke, power goes out through the exhaust port. These 4 are the 4 strokes of the engine. So this is the piston going up and down inside the cylinder, right? Inlet stroke, compression stroke, exhaust stroke, and then power stroke. This is the what is there inside the turbocharger. It consists of 2 halves, as I told you. One is the compression wheel, another one is the turbine wheel. The 2 wheels are mounted on the same shaft like this, right? And these 2 are mounted on the 2 casings like this, right? So compressor housing, this is called, and turbine housing. Through this inlet, this is the inlet port of the turbine. The exhaust of the cylinder comes through this and is rotated inside and goes out down like this. This is through the exhaust of the engine. Like this, the exhaust gas is coming out, and it is compression goes out, and this is the turbine wheel through which the hot air from the compressor is blown inside, taken inside like this. It is continuously rotating, and it is circulated inside, right? And it is, this is the turbocharger, right? So from the exhaust, this comes to the bottom half. From the bottom half, heat goes away, and from the top, the compressed air. Yes, the construction details of the turbocharger can be explained through this 3D animation. It consists of 2 halves like this. These 2 halves are the 2 casings. The inside parts I will show you in the next coming seconds, right? This is bottom half, which is connected to the exhaust of the coming from the engine, and this is going to the inlet of the engine, right? These 2 halves route. Where it is applied? It is applied to the air vehicles where the speed is to be increased and efficiency also should be increased. Also, the turbochargers are provided for water floating vehicles like ships, boats, steamers, etc., in which case a high amount of energy is transferred. Right. Now let us discuss about the constructional details of the engine, right? So the piston moves from, this is TDC and this is BDC, from the top to bottom it is moving, right? From the top to bottom it is moving. So in this condition, the inlet port is taken, that is why it is called as intake stroke. So to this valve opening, the air enters into the cylinder, right? Second one is from BDC to TDC, it is compression stroke, and again from TDC to BDC, the compressed air fuel mixture is burnt inside and it pushes the piston downwards. It is called as power stroke. After that it is exhaust stroke. Through the exhaust stroke it is going again intake stroke continues. So all the 4 strokes goes on like this: intake, compression, power, and then exhaust. So these 4 are the strokes, right? So in the exhaust stroke, what is happening? The burnt gases are sent out to the atmosphere. Now what we are doing is, we are taking the burnt gases to the turbocharger. So the turbocharger receives all the gas, all the exhaust gases which are having some more heat with them, and collects inside the compressor with the help of turbine. Let us see, these are the things going on inside the engine. Now this is going to the turbocharger. So this is the engine's mechanism, right? This is the valve mechanism. Now the turbocharger consists of two parts like this, right? The turbines, right? This is connected to one half, this is connected to another half, right? This is compression chamber, this is connected to turbine chamber. The two chambers are called compression chamber and then turbine chamber. There are two chambers, right? And what earlier I had shown the two chambers. Now I had opened the turbocharger and I am showing what is there inside the turbocharger. Turbocharger consists of two halves like this, right? Two turbines like this, and this is inserted in the turbine chamber and this is inserted in the compression chamber, right? This is called turbine wheel and this is called as compression wheel. Turbine chamber and compression chamber, those two are inserted. Now those two are like mounted like this, right? And as it is holding the turbine, it is called as turbine housing, and this chamber is holding the again another turbine, but here the thing mainly happening is the compression. So this chamber is called as compression housing, mounted on the same shaft. So now the gases coming from the IC engine exhaust are entering the lower chamber, right? So it is receiving all the exhaust gases which are at height and swirls it, circulates it, right? And the circulated heat, after circulation gets cooled down, but the circulation is like this, it is taking heat gas from the exhaust of the this one engine, and it is always, see here, the turbine is rotating, it is sending the gas downwards. With the rotation, the hot gases are entering. So these hot gas centers and are circulated inside. So they get cooled up, but they are sent back to the compressor next. After this, they are sent back to, yes, this is the construction principle. See here, from the exhaust, the gas comes like this and enters the down chamber. You will see the procedure here. So the exhaust gases, see here, they are coming and entering the down chamber. After compressing, they passes to the top chamber, that is the compression chamber. Yes, see here, they enters the compression chamber, and from the compression chamber they are cooled inside this one and are again supplied to the inlet valve like this. See here, the cooled air enters this one and enters this one like this. Yes, this is called as intercooler, which cools the compressed air. See here also it is under heat, but after cooling its color changes to blue color or white color. So here hot is removed out. So cold air only enters into the inlet. So it is pressed inside, and this is a waste gate which is used to send out the gases. This is about the construction of the turbocharger. Okay, now let us discuss about the practical application, how the turbocharger is fixed to the motor bike, right? These are the parts of the turbocharger. These are the parts of the turbocharger. We had collected it from a mechanic who fitted the turbocharger to a bike, right? So all these parts we used to manufacture this turbocharger, right? So here at the exhaust, he is fitting the turbocharger. All the parts he is fitting it to the motor bike. Each and every part is opening, right? The silencer is opened. Why? Because silencer is to be removed. Before the silencer, the turbocharger has to be fixed. That's why he has removed the silencer, old silencer, and used the silencer which is small in size. Earlier the silencer is of very longer length, but to facilitate this turbocharger, he has decreased the size of the silencer. Now he is using all the parts to fix the turbocharger at the exhaust of the engine. So he is assembling one by one all the parts. These are the flanges fixed to the turbocharger. Right. It is a small turbocharger, but to heavy vehicles like buses, lorries, trucks, and this animation automobiles, the turbocharger is of larger size, but since it is a bike, he has taken a small sized turbocharger. See here. So, as I told you, the turbocharger is to be fixed between the exhaust and inlet ports. Now, he is fixing the turbocharger to the exhaust. See this end, he will fix it to the end of the exhaust, and to the end he will fix the base plate, so that there should not be any escape of gases to the atmosphere. That is the base plate, which is having very higher strength, and it is concealed here, cut there. Exhaust outlet, it is fixed to the exhaust outlet. Yes. All the parts are in the same alignment. There is no escape of gases between any two mating parts. As he has fixed the turbocharger to the exhaust. Now, the second hand he has to fix it to the inlet of the engine. Now, he is fixing the second hand to the inlet of the engine. See how he is fixing. So, see here is the hot gas, here is the hot gas, here comes is the cold gas. So, that is why here the temperature is cool, ambient, atmospheric temperature. So, here he will uses all the plastic pipes, PVC pipes. Here it is under very high heat. And the use of turbocharger is to get more efficiency and more effectiveness to the automobile. Here we are showing, first in the first video I have shown you the turbocharger of made with 3D animation, what is there inside the turbocharger. Now, this is the practical application of the turbocharger, where the turbocharger is fixed to the exhaust and inlet manifolds of a motor bike. See here, he is used double banjo, right. Oil flow control valve to control the oil. This is the oil flow. So, he has placed a small washer such that no oil escapes out from the pipeline. Each and every part he is taking care, so that no slippy will be taking place. Either the oil or the heat of gases, nothing will come out from the vehicle. Only the entire things will be taken for the work output of the engine. Compression air outlet at the collar. As I told you, yes, this is the air outlet. See here, he is fixing the air outlet very tightly, right. This is the engine. The engine will be like this. Right. It is having baffle plates like this. And inside the engine is the piston like this, right. The use of providing these plates is to cool the engine with circulating air. That is the main advantage of these fins. These are called fins. Fins. F-I-N-S, fins. Now he is fixing. So exhaust side fixing is over. Now he is fixing at the inlet side of the engine. See here, this is exhaust side. Exhaust port, and this is inlet port. As I told you, the turbocharger is fixed to the exhaust and is circulated to the inlet. So he has fixed the turbocharger here, and after this he will connect it to the inlet port. And this is cool side, this is at hot side. So that's why if you see at entire this part, all the parts are made of metals, right. So at this area we can use non-metals. This is non-metal area like PVC. Here all are metals which carry high, since this is of high heat zone, high temperature zone. So this part we are using metals. Again also the main technical brain of the designers of the bike, right, the rider will sit here. So to his leg side it is cool parts, off his leg side are the heat parts. So there is no danger of the rider in riding the vehicle. Now he is fixing everything, and all the things he will see here. He is using the gaskets also not to escape the gases out. Right. See here, since it is the inlet, as I told you, since it is the inlet, he is using the plastic pipes. This is PVC pipe. Since this is connected to, this is the inlet, right. Now this is the turbocharger. So it is the operation of the driver's pedal. Yes, this is the operation of the driver's pedal. Nearer to him is the PVC part, and away from the driver is the metal part. So nothing will happen to the driver's legs. See here, he is using PVC materials, right. Right. So all these parts are PVC because they are less in price, right, and also easy to assemble. Simply by gumming here, this is gum, it can be made. but here they will use metals because it is temperature zone. This you can say it as ambient or atmospheric zone. Right. Yes, this is inlet side, and this is exhaust side. This is our turbocharger. So fixing of the turbocharger to the bike is completed practically, right? And this was tested, and it was the efficiency was given very well. And by using the use of this turbocharger, we got about 5 to 7 kilometers more than when it is not there. So undoubtedly, turbocharger will increases the mileage of the automobile. So that is the working principle and construction of the turbocharger. Now we are going to the supercharger. Supercharger is one which is fitted at the inlet port of the automobile. This is used to supply compressed and full pressured air into the inlet of the automobile. So the line diagram of the supercharger is like this. So this is the engine we are having, as I told you, right? And to this engine, this is the turbocharger, and this is the supercharger here. Both are connected like this, right? The construction features of the turbocharger is already given. Now we will discuss about the supercharger, how it is, right? Now this is the inlet valve of the inlet port of the engine. This is inlet, and this is exhaust port. As I told you, the engine is like this. This is the schematic of the engine, right? And this is the inlet port, and this is the exhaust port. This diagram you have to draw, right? And of course, this consists of these are the cooling jackets. Through these cooling jackets, cold water enters and circulates through it to remove the excess heat developed inside the engine, right? Now here, coming to the supercharger, the cold air which is supplied by the turbocharger is connected to this inlet port. See here, this is connected to turbocharger. This is already explained with the help of figure as well as line diagram, construction working of 3D animation, and the practical application of the turbocharger is explained to you. Now the compressed pressurized air from the turbocharger is connected to the inlet to this supercharger, right? The supercharger contains two fans like this. They may contain three number or four numbered blades, 3 or 4 blades. Here he has shown 3, I had shown 4 blades, right? And these two fans rotate such that no blade touch each other. There is a gap between those two blades. So as they are rotating, a low pressure is created inside this chamber, supercharged chamber. So this air which is coming from the turbocharger enters into it and is sucked inside, and this pressurized air is passed through this inlet valve and is occupied in the combustion chamber. As this is a compressed air, it contains more power, so the power output will be more. So the crankshaft will rotate with more speed by giving more power. As more power is given, the overall efficiency will increase. As this is giving more power, the efficiency will increase. So as efficiency increases, its maintenance also will be good. So output will be more. That is the story of the turbocharger and supercharger. Now let us revise what is discussed till now with a summary, and what are there, what is turbocharger and what is a supercharger. Turbocharger is fixed to the exhaust of the cylinder. It is having two halves. One is the compression chamber and the other one is turbine chamber, right? Both are fixed on the same shaft. The turbocharger compresses the air coming from the exhaust of the automobile, right? And the supercharger is connected to the inlet of the engine, right? Giving more output energy. Now let us discuss what are the questions coming in this supercharger and turbocharger unit. The purpose of supercharger, the use of supercharger is to increase the compression ratio, utilize the exhaust gas energy, increase the charge density and increase the speed of the engine, right? Supercharger, what is its function? It is, answer C, increases the charge density. That means more charge is input, because we are giving pressurized air into the cylinder, that is why its density will be more. Charge density is more. Here charge means the fuel or the air. Second one is the performance of an engine can be improved by. Engine's performance, how to improve? There are 3 options. We have to say which one is correct. Increasing the speed of the engine, use of higher compression ratio and increases the charge density. The 3 are required for the performance of the engine. And which of the following is not the object of supercharging? To reduce the weight to power ratio or overcome the power loss and to power output like that, the answer is to increase the compression ratio is the supercharging concept. Which of the following compressors is similar to principle and design of a reciprocating engine? It is very clear that piston and cylinder type is the answer. Which of the following types of superchargers are not preferred? Which are not preferred here? He has given 4 options. Of the 4 options, piston and cylinder type is not preferred. Which of the following compressors a slip coupling is used? Centrifugal compressor is not used. Right. Finally, all the images, videos embedded in this presentation are collected from various internet sources developing educational content and is not used for commercial purposes. Thank you and all.